Now, in Richard Schwartz's book, No Bad Parts, he goes deep into the internal family systems theory and the psychology behind the different parts of your personality. What part of you shows up in situations, and how do you start to regain control over the parts you perceive as negative and start to integrate them to begin serving you appropriately? Different aspects of your personality were developed out of a need in early childhood to protect us or to help us navigate the world. These fragments stay with us and can become a dominant aspect of our overall personality or way of being, unless we integrate them. Now, through meditation, we can begin this integration process. Now, before sitting down, I like to name the different parts of my personality I can identify. I'll give you an example. One I've named Gary. Gary has a deep lack of confidence and constantly worries about every possible scenario that could go wrong. He is scared to death of failure, and rather than fail, he persuades me to just quit. Anytime the pressure gets too big, Gary is there to give me the out he feels I should take, to quit. Now, I've named him. That's important. Now, while in meditation, I center, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. I begin the visualization of a young child I've named Gary. Visualize what he or she looks like, what they're wearing, how they're carrying themselves. Try to visualize this individual as detailed as possible. I then call to him, asking if he'd be willing to have a conversation with me. If, during meditation, I don't see that Gary is open to speaking, or as I visualize he doesn't seem to be approaching me, I acknowledge his presence and I move on to the next. We're not always ready to confront these parts of ourselves, but simply acknowledging they exist can open that up in future meditations. If they do approach you, bring them in. I want you to thank them for being with you for all these years. Tell them how valuable they are to your life and to your survival. Let them know that you've let them take the reins for far too long, but you are back again. You need them for support, but they don't need to run the show anymore. They are an important part of the team, but you'll be taking over coaching from here. Do this for as long as you feel necessary, and subsequent sessions try to pull more and more out. Notice how this shifts how you feel towards that defect. Add separation from it. See how this changes the weight or gravity of the defect. Experience the emotions and thoughts that you encounter as you have this small sit down with yourself. Now rinse and repeat and expand. You are integrating splintered parts of you back into the whole and defining for yourself and the rest of you who's running the show.